Lately, my inbox has been, well, exploding with articles and insights all about social media. And you know what? You guys were right to send them in. The more I dug in, the more I realized just how drastically things have changed, even just in the last few years.
Yeah, it's like everything we thought we knew has been flipped on its head.
Exactly. So today we're going to really dissect what's going on. We're going to help you cut through the noise and figure out what truly matters for success in this, honestly, wild new landscape of social media.
And from what we've seen, one of the biggest shifts, the thing that's at the core of all this change, is the move from those traditional social algorithms, the ones we were all used to something completely different.
Interest-based algorithms, right? That seems to be the buzzword everywhere I look.
That's the one.
But I think it's worth breaking that down because, for folks who aren't, living and breathing the technical side of social media, what does that actually mean? Like, what does that shift actually look like in practice?
Well, think about it this way. You're scrolling through Instagram, right? And suddenly you see an ad for, let's say, those noise-canceling headphones you were just talking to your friend about?
Oh, yeah. I was literally just thinking about how often that happens to me.
Right. That's an interest-based algorithm right there, in action. These algorithms, they're not just looking at who you follow anymore. They're analyzing everything. Your conversations, your searches, even how long you pause on a certain post. And they use all that data to connect content with people who are already primed to be interested in it. It doesn't even matter if they follow that creator or brand yet.
It's almost like instead of who you know, it's all about what you're into.
You got it.
Wow.
And that's precisely why when we were going through all the articles and research you sent in, we noticed this massive emphasis on, guess what?
Organic content. Right. Mm-hmm. I mean, I feel like everyone's saying that organic content is the king, the queen, the whole royal family now.
Totally. But why? Why now? Why is organic content so crucial in this new world of interest-based algorithms? Well, for one simple reason. It's the foundation for everything else.
So are you saying that even with these fancy new algorithms, you can't just skip the hard work of creating good content?
Right. I mean, think of it like this. You could spend a ton of money boosting a post, get it in front of tons of eyeballs, but if the content itself is, if it doesn't actually provide real value or showcase your expertise, then what are you really achieving? You're not building any lasting connections.
Right. So it's kind of like you can pay to amplify the message, but the message itself still needs to be, worth amplifying.
Exactly. And the thing is, organic content, the stuff you create and share consistently, that's how you build trust, how you signal to those algorithms what you're all about, and how you ultimately attract the right people to your content, the ones who are genuinely interested in what you have to offer.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's not just a numbers game anymore.
Nope. Quality over quantity every time.
Now, there was one point in all this research that kind of made me do a double take. A lot of these experts were recommending posting at least once a day and spending, wait for it, 10 hours a week on research. 10 hours. Is that really, truly necessary?
I know, right? It sounds like a lot, but there's this phrase that one of the articles used that I think really gets to the heart of it, obsessing over the basics. It's not just about posting for the sake of posting or doing some quick Google searches. This is about deeply understanding your audience.
So what are the basics in this context? What are we obsessing over?
Okay, so their interests, their pain points, what kind of content is already working in your niche. It's like you need to know the fundamentals inside and out so that you can create content that actually truly resonates. And those 10 hours, that's dedicated to getting you there.
Okay, so we're not talking about aimlessly scrolling through social media for 10 hours. What should people actually be doing with that time?
All right, think of it as a three-pronged attack. The first one is competitor analysis. You got to know what other people in your niche are doing that's working. What are they talking about? What kind of content are they putting out? What's getting engagement, right? That's step one. Then you move on to keyword research. What are people actually searching for online? What are the questions they're asking? And this is all related to your niche, of course.
So you're getting into the minds of your potential audience, figuring out how they're already looking for what you have to offer.
Exactly. And then the final piece of the puzzle is audience research. This goes even deeper than just basic demographics. It's about getting into the psychology of your ideal audience. Like, what are their motivations, their fears, their aspirations? The more you understand these things, the better you can tailor your content to meet their needs.
Wow. Okay. So basically, research is the secret sauce. It's what elevates your content from just noise to something that actually connects with people.
Exactly. And remember, in this brave new world of interest-based algorithms, that connection, that genuine connection, is everything.
Okay, let's bring this all together for our amazing listeners out there. What are the key takeaways from all of this research? First, social media, it's not just a popularity contest anymore. It's really, really about connecting with the right people, and you do that through shared interests.
That's a great point.
Second takeaway, prioritize organic content. I know it sounds obvious, but seriously, it's the foundation, the bedrock of a solid social media strategy. And lastly, don't skimp on research. I know 10 hours sounds daunting, but investing the time to truly understand your niche and your audience, trust me, it's going to pay off big time in the long run.
It really is about playing the long game, building a sustainable, long-term presence on social media. Forget those quick tricks and hacks. They might work for a hot minute, but they're not going to get you where you want to be. Instead, focus on creating valuable content that attracts and engages the right people, the people who are genuinely interested in what you have to offer.
That's a great way to put it. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today, huh? We explored how social algorithms are now laser-focused on interests, why organic content is so crucial, and why research is, honestly, the secret weapon. It's a lot to think about, and I hope it's been helpful.
Absolutely. And as social media keeps evolving at warp speed, I think it raises a really important question. How can you, the listener, stay ahead of the curve? How can you adapt your strategies to find success, not just today, but in the long term too? It's a constantly moving target, but with the right approach, you can absolutely hit it.
I love that. That's definitely something to ponder, and we'll be back soon with another deep dive into a completely different topic. So until then, happy exploring, everyone.